All right, today we're cracking open the GURPS engine and getting our hands dirty. We're not just picking powers from a list, we're going to build one from scratch. This is where GURPS really shines, that incredible modularity. Let's get into it. So you've been there, right? You've got this awesome idea for a character, maybe a telepath who lets out this psychic scream when they're pushed too far. You flip through the book looking for that exact advantage and nope, it's not there. Super frustrating. Well, that whole problem, it's about to disappear. So what we're going to do is walk through the exact same process the game designers themselves use. It's like a little workshop. We'll start with a cool concept, hunt down the right mechanical bits and pieces in the rulebook, and then bolt them all together. By the end, you'll have a totally unique, totally balanced power that makes your character concept a reality. Okay, here's the game plan. First, we'll look beyond the basic advantage list. Then we'll build our powers foundation, soup it up with some enhancements, add some creative limitations, and then check out our final power blueprint. Simple as that. Let's dive in. All right, first section, beyond the advantage list. So how does GURPS even let you do this? Well, it all boils down to 3 core building blocks. Once you get these 3 things, trust me, you can build just about anything you can imagine. And to show you how it's done, we're going to build a classic power concept from the ground up, the psychic scream. First up, you've got the advantage. The best way to think about this is like the chassis of a car. It's the absolute basic frame. It determines what your power fundamentally is. Is it an attack? Is it some kind of defense? A new sense? You just find the pre-existing advantage in the book that's the closest fit to your idea, and bam, that's your starting point. Next are the enhancements. Now, these are the fun parts. This is your turbocharger, your custom paint job, your killer sound system. Enhancements are what you use to make that basic chassis better. Maybe you want it to hit a whole area, or ignore armor, or last longer. These upgrades give you that extra oomph. But yeah, they're going to cost you some extra character points. And rounding out our trio, we've got limitations. Now, don't think of these as just weaknesses. They're quirks. They're the things that make your power unique, and here's the best part, cheaper. Maybe your firepower only works when you're furious, or your invisibility flickers in bright light. It's all about adding flavor, defining your character, and, let's be honest, getting some of those precious character points back. Okay, part 2, your power's foundation. So we have our 3 building blocks. Let's start building that psychic scream. We need to find the right chassis, right? The core advantage. The concept is to stun someone's mind, not their body. So what's in the GURPS toolbox that does exactly that? And the answer is affliction. It's an advantage literally designed to slap a negative status effect on somebody. And guess what its default level 1 effect is? A stun! I mean, come on, that's a perfect fit. The base cost is a nice round 10 points. And just like that, we've laid our foundation. All right, time for section 3, upgrading with enhancements. So we've got a basic stun effect. That's cool. But right now, it could be anything, couldn't it? A taser, a really hard punch, a bright flash. It doesn't feel like a psychic scream yet. We've got to customize it. And that means it's time to add some enhancements. And this right here is the constant tug of war in GURPS character building, isn't it? Do you spend more points to add more power? Or do you take on some restrictions to get a discount? For our psychic scream, we definitely wanted to bypass armor. That's kind of the whole point. So for now, we're going to need to spend some points. Think about it. Our scream is a mental attack. A guy in a massive suit of plate mail should be just as vulnerable as a wizard in a bathrobe, right? His armor shouldn't matter. And that's exactly what the malediction enhancement does. It makes our attack ignore physical damage resistance entirely. The target can't block it, they have to fight it off with their willpower. It's the perfect fit for a psychic ability. So let's do the math. Malediction is a big deal, so it comes with a pretty hefty modifier, plus 150%. We just apply that to our 10-point base cost. So 150% of 10 is 15 points. Add that to the base 10, and our new total cost jumps up to 25 points. Simple as that. Okay, next up, adding creative limitations. Our psychic scream is pretty powerful now. It ignores armor, it stuns people, but it's also getting a little pricey at 25 points. And it still feels a bit generic, doesn't it? It's just a mental attack. This is our chance to give it some real flavor and get a discount in the process by adding a limitation. So here's where we really define this thing. We're going to add the telepathic limitation. What this does is it officially ties our psychic scream to a power source, in this case, telepathy. Now, what does that actually mean? Well, mechanically, it means things that block telepathy will now block our scream. But thematically, it connects this ability to all the other psychic stuff your character might do. And for accepting that little thematic link, the game gives us a nice little 10% discount. Let's look at the final numbers. We have that plus 150% for malediction, but now we get to subtract 10% for the telepathic limitation, so our total modifier is plus 140%. Apply that to our original 10-point cost, and that adds 14 points. So our grand total is 24 points. Not bad. We've made a powerful, flavorful ability, and we even saved a point. And that's our last section, your final power blueprint. And there you have it. We did it. We started with just an idea, we picked out a chassis, bolted on an upgrade, and gave it a custom quirk to make it unique. Our little workshop project is done, so let's take a look at the finished product, our very own Psychic Scream. And this right here is exactly how you'd scribble it down on your character sheet. You've got the name, Psychic Scream, the final cost, 24 points, and then the breakdown. The base advantage is Affliction, which gives us the stun. It's enhanced with Malediction to ignore armor, and it's limited by Telepathic, which ties it to a power source. It's clean, it's simple, and it's 100% by the book. And hey, if you're thinking, is this some kind of clever house rule? Check this out. This is Mind Blast, pulled directly from the GURPS basic set. Look familiar? It's got the same foundation, Affliction, Malediction, the telepathic limitation. It's all there. So this process we just went through, it's not a hack, it's not a workaround. This is the GURPS design engine. This is how the game is meant to be played. So there you go. We built one power. But imagine what else you can do with these exact same tools. You could build a corrosive acid touch, a deafening sonic boom, or an attack that traps people in tendrils of pure shadow. See, the system isn't a menu you order from, it's a toolbox. You've got the blueprint now. The only thing limiting you is your own imagination. So the real question is, what are you going to build?